So cool, guys. Welcome to the 2018 Pro World Championships presented by Innova. We're at Smugglers Notch Resort. This coverage is also brought to you by the PDGA. My name is Lisa Fajkus.
And I'm Madison Walker. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're excited to have some really awesome Jomez coverage out here at Smugglers Notch. Some of the most beautiful courses that we get to play all year.
Awesome lead card. Here we go into hole one. We got Paige Pierce, Kona Panis, Zoe Andyke, and Courtney Cannon.
Y'all might not have seen much of Courtney in live coverage, but we get to watch her today. She's got a big arm. It's fun to watch. Fun to watch some forehands.
Yep, fellow Texan out of Houston. What up, Courtney? And Brewster Ridge, hole one, 315 feet.
First on the tee from New Caney, Texas, representing the United States.
I don't believe there's any
Courtney
OB long.
Cannon.
No,
There is a path, like a sidewalk kind of. Well, more like a path, but it should be no OB on hole one. You just want to clear straight.
the only trouble you can really get in here is getting left or right. Specifically right, it kind of pinches off a little bit towards the middle, so you want to get around that last tree on the right-hand side. If you hyzer in a little early or Annie in early if you're throwing a backhand, you don't have a whole lot to work with.
Courtney flexes a really sweet sidearm, makes it all the way out. That was a great shot. I mean,
Like
she's
inside the circle?
Yeah, circle one, it looks like.
Oregon, representing the United States, Zoe Andyke.
Not easy to do. Such a good flick to start off. Here we go,
So,
Zoe.
so even though this kind of comes off as a forehand hole, I think the best shot is a straight shot. If you can land under the tree that's to the left side of the green, you have a pretty nice little wide open putt.
It's kind of funny. I've played this hole several times, and I go back and forth. Sometimes I backhand it, and sometimes I forehand
too.
it. It just depends on what I'm feeling.
Yep, it's definitely all along
from
the day.
Plano, Texas, representing the United States, Paige Pierce.
Most important thing, like you were saying earlier, just get it straight. So whatever you feel like gets you straight down the pipe and get you up there for a look at two. Paige looks like she's lining up her backhand. It's a sweet, clear-looking disc. Oh, needs a kick, and that comes down rather nicely, actually.
Yeah, she'll have to throw a kind of a sawed-off forehand to get there around the corner.
From Rancho Cucamonga, California, representing the United States, Kona Panis.
Here we go, fellow Team Innova teammate. Let's go, Kona.
With a sweet new shirt, I haven't seen that thing.
Kona's backhand similar to Paige, and a great kick.
Wow, awesome kick out.
So many trees over there. It's always nice to get that sweet kick back to the
little
fairway.
filter action. Paige is still throwing a backhand.
Paige.
She's been working the sidearm a lot this year. It kind of surprises me.
She has.
Oh, she's parked.
Wood chips is
Yeah.
always what you want to aim for.
Zoe's doing the same thing and looks like she's going to be
Yeah, Zoe.
just barely on the edge of the wood chips inside the circle all day. Kona looks like she has a jump putt. She runs it. Good power on that jump putt.
Nice. Right there.
It's kind of cool on Brewster Ridge. There's all these apple trees near the green. So there's a bunch of apples, fallen apples. Well, you're, huge putt.
Wow, great two to start the round from Courtney.
Yeah, even though this hole's only 315 feet, surprisingly, there weren't that many birdies. Only about 10% of the field birdied it.
Interesting. I think it's so hard to get this birdie starting off in the morning, just
Yeah.
as your first throw of the shot or of the tournament.
First throw and first putt. I always get a first putt jitters on hole one.
Totally. Just being the first hole of the day, even.
Zoe lining up her putt for three. Everyone's a little nervous. I felt kind of a nervous energy out there on the first day. I don't know if it's just because it's Worlds or, or what, but I definitely, all my card mates were so nervous.
I think it is probably a little extra pressure from the Worlds. It's in the air. People are definitely feeling it. big turnout here with 49 ladies in the FPO. I think it might
Yeah.
be a world record.
I think it is as well. So after hole 1 being kind of a little bit more straightforward and open, we move on to hole 2, which is the opposite.
Totally. We got a little uphill fairway here, 550 feet all the way to the pin, and it's so wooded.
So many trees. There's a OB along the right. You can see those white stakes on top of the rocks. You don't want to go right of those. Most women just kind of try to lay up to the gap and then approach from wherever they land. It's kind of a tight landing zone to hit to get a good approach to the basket.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, getting a 3 here is
Like
tough.
aiming just past that short tee box is a good place to aim. Just being center cut as much as possible. But Courtney over there on the left side is actually giving herself a really open look.
Yeah, it's not bad over
That's
there.
a really great spot.
You don't want to be too far left because there's a nice line of trees.
Yeah, any more than that is danger.
Zoe
Zoe
gets
gets
some height.
Yeah,
on
she gets
there.
the height on there, but it is uphill, so she
Whoa.
hyzers out really nicely with hitting that tree.
Yeah, that's an awesome landing spot. She'll have a great hyzer towards the gap for her next shot. Paige pushes the right side a little harder and gets knocked down, but kicked into the center, so she'll have a wide open approach. Definitely still fourable from there.
Yeah, for sure. Staying clean, again, is the name of the game. Kona, I really like this line.
Wow.
She kind of holds it off on the right side, hyzers back left.
That is perfect.
That's ideal. Yeah,
And that's way up there, too.
it is. Great shot by Kona.
Paige throwing a standstill. Looks like she's trying to look for that putter to
It's
flip.
a smart idea, but unfortunately catches early tree on left side.
Yeah, I think she wanted that to come out a little more Annie. Surprisingly, Courtney's throwing a forehand here. Oh,
She's
with
got
the
that
flex.
really nice flex like she did on hole 1. Super placement.
Yep, she puts it up into the gap. It's funny when you look at this camera footage, you can't even tell that there is a gap.
Yeah, Zoe hits the gap perfectly, and it is hard to kind of decipher where it is. It's that fat tree right in front of us is basically the beginning of the gap.
Oh. Lovely fairway ground.
And Paige is putting it right in the back in the fairway.
That's really the only play there. You really cannot get through that left side.
Otherwise, it's a jail or a wall of trees, basically, and you don't want to fight through that.
Kona busting out the, looks like a flick Annie. Beautiful.
Wow. Really great execution.
Yeah, that is perfect.
Center cut, just where you want to be.
Well, she's been working on that. I haven't seen her throw like little touch forehands like that.
Courtney again with a touch forehand. She was slightly out of position, kind of making a reach over, but unfortunate roll.
Yeah, got a little cut roll. It's not fun over there. Those, you can see the trees that are all dotted. It doesn't really give you much of a gap to approach the pin. Paige throwing another Annie backhand.
Wow, she makes really good work of that.
Gets a kind of an unfortunate kick on the green, but she'll have a short putt. Hopefully look at 5.
Yes.
So, fun fact, this played as the most difficult hole on the course at Brewster Ridge. So we're just like, you really just jump
Interesting.
right into it.
Totally.
Kona's making it look easy.
Actually, I feel like some of the, I don't know, easier holes maybe are near the end of the course.
Yep, which is nice.
possibly. Yeah.
Kind of funnel out a gentle finish.
Good touch. Wood chips.
Zoe's going to be looking for her 4. Paige looking for a 5.
Cashes in.
A bogey on this hole doesn't feel terrible.
It's good management, I mean.
It requires at least 2 really good shots. Oh. Courtney looks like she's playing with a little nerves. That's not like her. Kona takes her 4. Loving the tall socks.
Nice.
Zoe with the super linear full follow through form. I love it.
Yep. Making it look easy.
She's got the mechanics down, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like 75% of the field got a bogey or worse on this hole.
Ooh, ouch.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, you're feeling really great. Just to par this one and move away clean.
The average was a 5, so once you get done with this hole, you're kind of can breathe a little lighter. You don't have to worry about it anymore, and you get to move on to a kind of an easy par 3. It's 330 feet. It is slightly uphill, but I feel like it's super gettable for most of the field.
It's way more open compared to the last hole in the fairway, so you just want to get one in the circle if you can. It's slightly uphill again, so
it's an elevated basket too. It's up on a little mound.
It takes a lot of power off the tee box to send it up there, so it's
to send it.
Yeah, I definitely like to get a good run up on this tee box.
Yeah.
Zoe gets a really great
she's just
powerful drive.
The
yeah, she's in circle 1. And still tough because it's an elevated pin. So.
Yeah, it's up on a mound and up a couple little rocks. So it's, even though you can get it up nearby, it's still a little bit of a tester putt. Kona with a hyzer flip. I'm guessing that's a...
Oh, wow. Good power. Circle 1.
Mm-hmm. I wish I could give an educated guess on her disc selection.
Probably a Shrike.
Yeah.
I think.
That's what I threw on this hole.
Yeah. Nice. Me too.
Paige seems to get a little early release and a kick left. I don't think there's any OB over there, is there?
No OB.
No OB on this hole. Mm-mm. Loving the flowered skirt.
Nice.
She was working a flex and gets up there inside the circle.
Great.
Some good skip action.
Really nice skip forward. Circle 1.
Paige working the, looks like a flick mid-range.
Wow.
Oh, gets kind of a brutal kick off those rocks.
Little tester left for Paige.
Zoe looking at a 2.
Wow, it's so good.
Cashes it. Wow.
So much trust to send your disc up high and just trust that it lands right in the basket. Great.
That was perfect, right over the rim.
If it misses, it's so scary, that comeback putt.
Yeah, it is. Kona gives it a solid bid, hits the cage, but she'll land down. She'll tap in her 3.
Looks like Courtney's got to go around this tree a little bit. Oh, unfortunately.
You'll see a lot of that out here at Brewster Ridge. There's a lot of trees inside the circle, a lot of trees to contend with on putting.
Paige has a really wide stance here. Cashes in.
Oh my god. Wow. I didn't realize how awkward that was.
Yeah, it's extra wide.
Kona's going to tap in her 3. Move on.
Some good pars in the group and a nice 2 again by Zoe. No problem.
Moving on to hole 4, one of my favorite holes on the course, actually. They actually put in a new tee pad this year. So we have a nice turf tee pad that kind of gives you a little bit of a straighter look at the gap, whereas in years prior.
Who do we have?
Who is that? Oh, I love these hole previews.
Wow. Okay, yeah, I like taking the Anheuser or the Hyzer off the tee box. Again, kind of depending on how I feel, but yeah, hit that placement gap and then send it up the chute.
Yeah, there's some nice rock walls. None of these are out of bounds. Nope. They're just kind of pretty. This is another one similar to hole 2 where you really just want to get a good placement shot just around that tree, pretty much just like Zoe did. She might be a little more left than she wants to be.
Such a great shot.
Yep, but that's right around where you want to land. She took the Hyzer route, like Lisa said. There's also another route where you can throw an Annie to the left of that big tree and kind of slalom your way a little further up the fairway if you want to be a little more aggressive.
Kona had a really nice drive there, nice and straight.
Paige taking the aggressive route. looks to
Yeah,
have
I love this line. Paige crushes it.
Yeah, executes it really well.
When you, yeah, it pays off. If you can hit that line, you're sitting perfectly for your next shot there. Oh, nice flex out.
Love the forehand on this. Man, she can boom those forehands.
Courtney's nailing it.
That's probably a good 300 feet uphill. It's slightly uphill.
Really impressive.
Kona with another standstill sidearm. Love that she's working that into her routine.
Just an unfortunate kind of backwards kick there, because that was looking like a decent shot for sure.
Yeah, both left and right, if you're in those trees, you pretty much get walled up. There's just so many that you can't really get a gap.
Yeah, they're so touchy and kicky too. It's inches sometimes.
Yep.
Gets you through there.
We might see some forehand rollers. That's sometimes the only option.
Really like Zoe's placement here off her drive.
She decides to take it nice and easy and just give her a straight up approach to the green. It's a par 4, so why not play it for par?
I like it.
Paige maybe going for birdie? Yep.
Wow.
There she is.
The aggressive shot puts it up there.
That is awesome.
Looks great.
What a great shot. You won't see a lot of threes on this hole today. I'd be willing to guess that's one of the only... Oh!
Good idea.
I feel like this part of the fairway's like a gauntlet. Like, you never quite know what's going to happen. Doesn't matter how good you feel about your game, anything can happen until you get onto the screen.
It is so tough. I never found myself like in the same position on this hole, so it's always something new.
Looks like Courtney might still have a look from over on the left side. We found another little alternate gap, and she puts it on the green.
Sweet.
Zoe looking at a straddle putt from just outside that rock wall, probably around circle 2. She'll have a tap in for, I believe, 5.
Yeah, for a 5. Yeah, she just unfortunately got caught up on that rock wall.
Kona with a really nice putt. Looks like 25 or 30 feet.
Sweet. Some cool stats.
Yeah, at the bottom. That was
Yeah.
awesome. This looks like Kona's 4 for 5 for circle 1 putting for the round.
Boom. Great putt, Courtney. Saving the par.
Yeah, what a great scramble. And Paige takes the only 3 of the day.
Okay, we're moving on to hole 5. This is a fun hole, 285 feet. It's we got OB on the rock wall to the left. Straight down this kind of gravel path is where we're following. And then it tails off to the right. At the end here, you can see the pin. So backhand gets you there, forehand gets you there, whatever you want to go straight, and then tail off to the right hand side.
If you land in those trees early, it's actually not as bad as on those previous holes on hole 2 and 4. You definitely still do have some options to approach the green if you tail off a little early on the right. You just basically want to avoid that left-hand side.
Yeah.
Yes.
Paige does a great job. Oh, wow. Parking it.
Wow.
Laces it through the trees. No problem.
Courtney puts a little too much on that forehand,
She
but
shows still a lot of control in that forehand. A slight turnover.
kicks off the wall, doesn't have to worry about the OB.
Yes, luckily it stays in bounds.
Once you break around this corner, too, it's a little bit downhill.
Okay.
So you want it to kind of finish over that hill without a whole lot of speed, so you don't go deep. I know I saw a few girls go deep. Kona working the hyzer flip, just trying to keep it low and in the middle. That's a smart play, so if it kicks off anything, it won't go over that wall.
Yeah, great shot.
Zoe with the patent pending.
Just a few trees to work around, and she just catches one, but looks like she's in the circle still.
Courtney trying to scramble.
Oh,
She gets through everything.
on.
Almost to the wood chips. Perfect.
Yep, really a lot of good touch on her forehand.
Looks like that was a little putter, right?
Yeah.
Putter forehand.
Yeah.
My favorite shot in the game.
Jump putt.
Yep. Kona's running at it, and I love.
Aggressive downhill jump putt.
I know, I love that. It's a little steeper than it looks on the camera angle. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, that was a confident look.
Zoe wants to save her 3. Doesn't quite get it turned over enough. Courtney saving her par after a really excellent scramble. Kona saves her 3 as well. Paige, we're still waiting on Paige to tap in her 2, even though this hole is only, let's see.
285.
Yep, it's only 3 women got birdies on it. Isn't that surprising?
So surprising.
I
yeah.
know, that blows my mind. A lot of 3s out here today.
I have a feeling next round it's going to be a lot more.
Yep, surprisingly a lot of women got 4s. I'm guessing maybe that's OB walls.
Yeah, it's just an OB kick.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on, hole 6. I really like this hole. It's downhill. It's 365 feet. It's a hyzer around these trees, and again, stay in the middle of the fairway and just go all the way down the slide.
Yep, just throw it out there and let it ride. I feel like you could throw a mid-range on this, but I don't know. I feel like you want something that's gonna kind of get a lot of glide, and you do want it to kind of almost do a late turn. You want it to go straight and like hyzer out a little late.
I definitely like a fairway driver speed on this.
Paige early releases.
Another early release for Paige.
I was doing the same thing out here. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Something in the air.
Yeah, I saw a couple card mates hit that same tree. It's easy to do, and Courtney goes nice and wide.
She puts it out flat and just lets it kind of fall. It gets tangled up, but that was a really, really great line for this hole. Ooh.
Just gets away from her a little bit there.
She'll be in the middle of the fairway, it looks like, with a pretty easy downhill approach to the green.
Not many trees in the way there.
Zoe throws it.
Nice
pretty
hyzer
much
release
perfect.
there. She just needs to miss some trees. Ooh, good kick towards the basket.
Yeah, and she's parked.
Love it when that happens.
I actually hit the basket on this hole.
Tree love. Let's see a FollowFlight.
Yeah.
Nice speed and height out of the hand.
Little tree love. Boop.
Kaboom. Redirect.
Nice.
Love it when it's in the wood chips. Perfect shot.
Paige looking to scramble from the trees.
Such a good scrambler.
Wow. That's such a great approach shot.
With the putter.
Jeez, that is so good.
Gets a little bounce away, but in the circle.
She really just lets the putter kind of carry downhill. Doesn't even put a whole lot on it.
Yeah, that's smart. Kona again.
I loved the flick line.
Yeah, and again she didn't put much on it. Let the gravity carry it. Had that nice kick towards the basket as well. Smooth shot.
You can kind of tell by that flight and putting it up in the air just how steeply downhill it is. It's such a fun hole. You kind of want to just empty your bag on it.
One of my favorites.
Paige saves par.
Nice par save.
Great scramble.
Kona doing the same, trying to do the same. Makes good work of it.
Another excellent scramble and putt from Kona.
75% scramble rate. Not bad.
Not bad at all. Courtney gets her par 2. Those are some really great par saves from where they landed.
Definitely.
And Zoe says, hey, check this out.
Pocked it.
Pack jab. As Pickle would say, pack jab.
Nice. Yeah.
Right, moving on to hole 7. This is another one where there's a few different options off the tee. You can go early left where that little Christmas tree is, and there's a gap that way, or you can go a little bit farther over the bridge and let it hyzer out later. Both options are very viable. Both options you can definitely get a par from. Kind of just throw it and kind of figure out where it lands from there. There's a lot of trees, but a lot of gaps as well. It's pretty much straight uphill on your second shot. And then the basket's tucked around here on the left-hand side, elevated. Is that wall on the right, OB?
I don't believe it is.
I don't think so
it's
either.
all inbounds, actually.
I'm kind of glad that they decided
I
that.
like that. Play it where it lies. It's already a really tough hole.
Yes.
Zoe
So it looks like she's going for the
pimps it
early
down there.
gap.
Yep. Nice and straight. Yeah, she's all set up for the early gap. It's nice.
Paige, I'm guessing she's going to try to go far. Oh.
It looks like she was maybe lining up that early gap, but tries to bite off too much,
Little
maybe.
scream of frustration. Courtney with her really nice flat
Gosh,
shot. Booms it down there.
perfect.
Kona working that hyzer flip. Really, really testing that right edge, but gets it way down there to the open
Textbook.
gap.
That is so good. I think she's long enough to be open there.
Oh, almost.
It's so hard to tell.
Yeah, there definitely is a lot of fairway trees, even if you land far down there. Paige looks like she's just gonna pitch out, try to set up for her next shot. Leaves herself a standstill, which is not what you want.
So tough, yeah. You have to really put a little bit more on it, a little out of control there. Finds another tree, so she's still working there up the fairway.
Zoe with a little bit of an awkward stance. She gives it a good go, and it gets a kick out into the fairway. Not bad. Courtney booms it up the hill. So much snap on that thing.
Mm-hmm. Great shot. No trees.
Oh, I love seeing her rip out the forehand.
So I guess she did have some trees in her way. It's
Yeah.
hard not to on this hole.
Yeah, I threw a shrike as far as I could down that gap and still didn't quite
I thought
get
I had
to the
a great
open.
drive,
Yeah.
and then I was actually behind a wall of trees.
Me too.
So sometimes you're actually too long.
Zoe,
Nice hyzer.
Yeah, Zoe gets up there.
Showing us how it's done.
Wow, just skips right up on the wood chips.
That's impressive.
Takes away the elevated basket problem. Paige finally has a nice little run-up
Wow,
area.
that was aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Places it really nicely. Looks like that's going to stay wide.
Yeah, I can't quite... It looks like it might have been even a little deep.
Okay.
I'm sure she's bummed that she couldn't quite capitalize on that excellent drive off the tee, but
Right.
such is Brewster Ridge.
Totally. This hole, no guarantees.
Pixie looks like she's near the edge of circle 2, running at a straddle putt.
Tough stance. Makes good work of it.
Kona looking to save par here.
Some skinny trees. Oh, great par save.
Ooh, what a putt. It's kind of fun. You have to really work with your Annie putts and your straddle putts and work all your angles on the putting green.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff that you're not, used to doing all the time. Paige taps in for a double bogue. Not what she wants, but there's still so much golf left.
Yeah, this one's tough when you get off the fairway a little bit. You're just pitching out, trying to kind of catch up on what you missed out on.
Yeah, 60% of the field was above a par on that hole, so it didn't play friendly.
Moving on to hole 8. This is a new hole this year, and it's 610 feet, par 4 uphill. You want to kind of snake through these trees, stay center cut, and
Just don't get off the fairway.
yeah,
Because this is a new hole, a lot of the stuff on the left and right is definitely not beat down at all. So if you get off the fairway, you just don't have any options.
Yeah, and as you can see, it's a narrow fairway, so precision is very important here.
A lot of times you're going to be throwing great shots on this and still be winding up close to or behind a tree. So you kind of just have to get ready to put your scramble pants on.
Yeah.
Miss. Yes.
Zoe,
That's
making
perfect.
great work.
I feel like scramble pants is a term that Germ would use.
I like it. That's a good one. Heiser.
Wow. I don't think that was on purpose.
No, I think she grip locked a bit. It looks like that was probably her strike.
Yep.
So I just kept going right.
She'll be on the right-hand side. I went over there during practice. It is not friendly at all. She'll have a tough out from there. Courtney booms
She's
it.
working those flexes.
Yes, dude. Puts it on the right-hand side. It's fine over there, but she's setting herself up to have to throw a big Annie backhand or a big flex forehand because it's kind of tucked. Paige looking to bite some distance off because she can.
You can tell she was licking her chops there. She can do work here, but unfortunately.
She puts it to the right and then gets a pretty nasty kick right as well. Looking to pitch out again. Oof. Still going to be a tough approach. She's got a little gap to work with. It's so intensely uphill, this hole is.
Paige is so good on their backhand and hyzers with her putter. Or that's not a putter, actually.
She's still probably about 100, 120 feet out. Pretty much on this hole to get your par, you have to throw two pretty booming drives, and then you have another approach to the green.
Definitely. And it's so hard to get your disc to land in that perfect place, that perfect landing zone.
Where you can throw two booming drives.
Yeah.
You can see Courtney threw a great shot off the tee, and she is tucked pretty hard, but she works that Anheuser backhand, tries to just get out in the middle and bite off a little bit more of that fairway.
Mm-hmm.
Kona looks like she doesn't quite get it, the angle of the disc to match the hill, throws it a little bit low and flat, but she'll have a look at the green from where she is. Zoe takes some off just to try to get around those trees. It's kind of a wall over there. If you get stuck
time.
on the right-hand side, you don't really have a gap.
Such a touchy fairway.
Wow.
Great uphill shot.
Yeah, that was awesome. So I guess this hole ties with hole 2 for the first most difficult hole on the course. They both
I can
both
see
are.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, great flick.
Wow. So
Wow.
pretty. Wow, she's been working on that.
That was cool. Stand still from the side.
Working the full flex too. Paige puts it up in the wood chips. Ooh, she gets a little kick down. Zoe trying to muscle it up there. This actually, it was a par 4. It's a tough par 4 for sure. The women's field averaged at a little over a 5. I got a 5 and I didn't feel too bad about it. But 85% of the field had a bogey or worse. Yeah, that's not what you want to see or hear, but, this is a new hole. It's kind of, I don't want to call it a tester or an experiment, but it's definitely new, and, they haven't had a lot of women out here playing it in
Right.
competition.
Almost feels like a par 5 for the ladies.
Yeah. Paige taps on her bogey. There was no birdies on the hole, and that is not surprising.
Not at all.
I don't think it is quite even possible to get the second shot up there.
It's not really in the range for the ladies. Unless we're looking at two perfect shots.
Yeah.
It's
It'd have to be a throw-in.
Yeah,
Have to be a throw-in.
definitely.
So this is another new hole, number 9. It's par 3, 370. It's downhill.
Yeah.
Kind of a weird angle, right?
So weird, because the tee box is kind of faced at the left side tree line. So you're kind of Anheisering it to the right side and trying to punch through this gap.
But it's straight.
It's
off
straight
the
though.
tee.
So yeah, exactly. So it's like a weird mental.
Yeah. And it being 370, it's hard to find something in your bag that goes straight for that far.
Just hitting that initial gap right here, that field goal that Zoe kind of comes short of. That's a really hard gap, I feel like, to hit.
Yeah. I think a lot of ladies end up on that left-hand side, and it is not
Yeah.
friendly over there.
Right.
Kona does the same thing.
Saws it off a little early.
Yeah, you want to throw it straight, but like you said, Lisa, like the way the tee pad's angled and that one guardian tree on the right, like you just kind of have to throw an Annie, like a flex shot. Courtney
That's
doesn't-
the idea. Just did not want to flex all the way back.
Yeah, she didn't quite turn it over enough, but she's got the shot for it. Paige can definitely reach this green.
All day.
She throws such a great shot. Yes, dude. So this, once you get over that hill, it goes pretty steeply downhill. You want something to finish gently after you crest the hill. It's like a left to right down slope.
Yeah, it's incredibly steep on the backside.
Courtney tries to throw forehand from out of the shul on the left and turns it over just a little bit, but she'll have a look at a putt. It's kind of a scary downhill putt.
It's a good out from there.
I had to pitch out on this hole as well from that jail. Zoe looking, you can see she tries to just throw it real touchy over that hill because she knows about
Yeah.
that very steep slope. Kona tries to do the same, but she kind of lets it out a little early, trying to baby it. That happens a lot when you try to throw a soft shot. Whoopsie, it slips out of your hand.
Definitely.
There's Bigfoot in the background, sighted.
Boom.
No!
NoMez.
No!
That spin just kind of spits her out backwards because of the hill going backwards. I mean, she hits it perfectly.
Oh, man, that
She
was a
wanted
good
that.
putt. Well, that was a great
so
putt,
bad.
too.
I mean, such a good two-run. Oh, the roll away.
Can you do back-to-back NoMez's? Lord. Kona's trying to focus. This is to save a 5.
Tough one.
Zoe saves her 4. Even though this is a par 3 and 370, the average was a 3.8, so almost a 4.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah,
There was
such a hard tee shot, I think.
There was a couple 2s on it, but only a couple. Paige Pierce, Holly Finley both had 2s on it, but everyone else 3s and 4s.
I had to save a circle edge putt from like down below.
for 3.
Yeah, for a 3.
It says 63% of the field had a bogey or worse. So this hole kicked some butt. Kona is not happy with that. She could probably play this hole 14 more times and that would never happen.
And that's going to round out the front 9 here on the first round.
Paige still holding on to the lead even though she's having a little bit of a rocky road on the card, but Rebecca shooting hot overall.
Nice. Everyone's hanging in there so far. Nice and early in the round.
Yep, not a lot of scoring separation out here, but we expect that out of these tightly wooded courses. In the first round of Worlds, we're all just kind of trying to hang on, trying to get the week started off on the right foot.
I love these slow-mos. So much focus. Got a really good card here. These ladies are fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
And the champ. Thanks, guys, for joining us.
We'll see you guys in the back 9. I'm Madison Walker.
And I'm Lisa Fajkus.